Was screaming on top of my voices. I kept on calling on my God. I screamed. I was like, Jesus, help me. Jesus, help me. Jesus, help me. Mother of perpetual help me. Like, I have never been this helpless all my life. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Uju, and thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for always clicking on my video. I really appreciate that a lot. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, give me that thumbs up, turn on your notification bell to get notified anytime I post a video, and of course please show me love by liking my video, okay? So let's just get started. So in today's video, I would like to introduce you to my little princess, Cora. Hello, Mama. Hello, Mama. And she's just 2 months old. She'll be 3 months this October, on the 13th of October. So yeah, it's gonna be a story time today. I would like to share her birth story with you guys. During this video to encourage pregnant women to always look out for, you know, dangers. There are some danger signs while being pregnant. There's signs that you should not neglect, especially while being pregnant. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, okay? And then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, then let's get started. So okay, let me start from while I was pregnant. I was battling with which hospital will I use. Should I use a government hospital or a private hospital? Because for my son, I used a private hospital for him, and you know, it was not a good one also. That would be a story for another day. So my girlfriend encouraged me. She was like, Uju, don't you think it's right you try a government hospital this time around, you know, because of your past experience with private hospitals? I'm like, okay, let me try. Meanwhile, I registered in a private hospital that is close to my house, you know, in case of if labor starts at night. Because their government hospital should be like 15 minutes drive from my house, okay? So I don't want this video to be long, you know, so I'll have to get straight to the point. Okay, fast forward to my late trimester, third trimester. I went to the hospital. I was doing my normal, I never miss my antenatal. So I went to the hospital. The doctor was like, okay, ma'am, you know you're approaching, that should be around 31 weeks or 32 weeks thereabout. So the gynecologist I saw was like, you know, you're approaching your delivery date. That what do I want? Do I want to opt in for an elective CS, or do I want to consider vaginal delivery? So I'm like, okay, since my first son is already 4 years plus, there's no need. Since my first son is already 4 years plus, there's no need opting in for an elective CS if everything is okay. So I might try VBAC, that is vaginal birth after cesarean. So the doctor was like, before he will allow me to go into to consider VBAC, that I must meet up with these you know, will I call them requirements, or what they expected of me, which are, he said, first one, my baby shouldn't weigh more than 3.5 kg. Secondly, my BP must be stable. The third point was they wouldn't take postdatism, like I must deliver on or before my due date. And then the last one was I must go for a pelvimetry scan, that is you know, to check if my scan is adequate. What is it now? Hey guys, so I'm back. My baby was getting a bit cranky. I had to, you know, attend to her and try to make her sleep. I guess she just got tired of the video. So okay, so the doctor said that I must meet up with his requirements, which is no postdatism. I must deliver on or before my due date. The second one was pelvimetry scan, that I must do a pelvimetry scan at 36 weeks and then bring the results to the hospital to ensure that my pelvic is adequate for it, for, you know, to be able to push out the baby. The third one was my BP must be stable. Then the fourth one was baby must not be, you know, above 3.5 kg. So I was like, okay, despite the fact I want to try a VBAC, I'm still open to CS. Of course, I did that before, though that one was an emergency CS. It was a really tough one for me. It was a very painful one for me, but that will be a story for another day. Okay, so then I kept on, going for my checkups and all that. At 36 weeks, I went for the perimetry scan. It was adequate, I was happy. Everything, my BP has been stable. My baby's weight as of that time, 36 weeks, was I think 3 kg or so. So I was like, okay, fine and good. I still have 0.5 kg to go. So I felt like everything was cool, it's okay since my son is already 4 years plus as of this time. My son will definitely be like 5 years even before I give birth to her. So he was already 4 years plus. I was like, okay, why not? Why not give it another try? Although my husband was like, babe, don't you think it's right to just opt in for an elective CS? The pains and everything will pass through in our first baby. It was nothing to write home about. Like, it was actually very, very tough and very painful for me, and also a very emotional one for me as well. So I was like, no, let me just give it a try. Let it be that I gave it my best, and maybe God or doctor advised for that. Whichever way, I was just open to whatever thing. The main thing is I and my baby, we are alive and healthy. So the doctor was like, okay, ma'am, everything has been moving fine. So let's just wait and hope as at 39 weeks, or your baby weight will still be okay, and then within the normal range, not okay, like within the normal range, and then at 40 week, before 40 weeks, labor should come. So I'm like, okay. So then fast forward to 39 weeks, I went for another scan. My baby's weight was 3.5 on a dot. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, maybe I should just try and cut down, in carbs, so that we'll be able to maintain that, maybe 3.5 or maybe probably 3.3, on the delivery day. So we waited till my EDD was on 11th of July. We waited till 11th of July. Baby didn't come. Although doctor said, no, prior before that, doctor said, madam, once it gets to 11th of July and labor didn't come, carry your bags and come to the hospital. And that 11th of July was on a Sunday. I was like, okay, it's okay. I went to, that was after my last appointment on what's it called, Thursday. Thursday is my antenatal, so Thursday made it 39 weeks. That's on Thursday. That was after my last appointment, which was 39 weeks plus, I think 3 days or so. So I was like, okay, although I was having first labor, like contraction, it comes and it goes, it was not strong enough to dilate my cervix. But I was like, maybe probably before 40 weeks labor should come, or should have. I went on YouTube. I downloaded a lot of baby mama dance by Fantastic Favor, Diane Kweme. I did all the dance, did all the exercise, did everything I could to get the labor started, but no way. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, fine and good. If labor didn't come, if everything seems to be okay, and then it's just postdatism, I think I've tried my best at that point. So on Sunday came, labor didn't come. I packed my bags to the hospital. Okay, so I got to the hospital. I was checked in. I even checked my name on the list. I was even the first person to be admitted, as in to be moved to the theater on that Tuesday. So the doctor said that I will come for an admission on Sunday, then I will get the surgery on Tuesday. They'll use Monday to do the random checks and ensure everything is okay with me, the blood checks and all that. So I was like, okay, it's fine. So I got to the hospital on Sunday. I got checked in. I was still having contraction. Like, it was a steady contraction, but not strong enough to get the whole thing started. So on Monday night, that should be around 11:30 p.m. or so, the contraction got a bit high. like a bit stronger like the way it was. I had to call on the attention of the matron that was sitting in there in our ward, you know what I mean. Although I was in the general ward too, so I had to call the matron that was there. I was like, mom, see the way I'm feeling, please can you just call the doctor to check on me and all that, because it was actually much. I couldn't even sleep that night. So she called the attention of the doctor. The doctor came in and she examined me. She was like, madam, like you never waka, that the cervix is still very strong, that she even says 1 cm. I'm like, and this 1 cm call with the way I'm already feeling, 1 cm, oh my gosh. So I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually going to be a long journey, you know, for me. So the doctors advised the matron to give me an injection to calm the contractions so I can be able to sleep, you know, something to just make me relax and all that. So the matron gave me the injection. I was able to sleep. So in the morning around 6:30 a.m. they came in, you know, did the normal shaving and all that, changed our outfit to their theater outfit, fixed in the catheter and a whole lot. So we were they pushed like 3 of us first in the awaiting room. Before they know, awaiting room, there's a room close to the theater. So I was meant to be the first person, but at the time they said they had an emergency. One of us started dilating and she was not meant to push. I don't know why she can't push as of that time. So she got in there, you know, before you could know it, she came out with her baby. You know, they also pushed her back to that waiting room is also a recovery room. They also pushed her there, we greeted her and all that. So I was also meant to go in. Another person came in from outside. They were like, ma'am, there's an emergency, I don't know what happened. The person had hers and came out. So I was the third person to go in. So I went in there. The doctors, you know, the place was strange. The lightnings in there, the lights in there were a bit scary. The room was, you know, I don't know, like I can't just explain, like the feel. I started shivering a bit. Look who we have here. This is what happens when you film with a newborn, like oh my gosh. So she just woke up now, so I had to still bring her, you know, after we're talking about her, right? So fast forward to okay, so I was pushed in, you know, in the theater. Okay, so I was pushed in the theater. They asked me to sit there's this I don't know what they call it, this high, I don't know. Please, if you're a doctor here watching this, drop the name in the comment section. So I laid down there, and the lady was like, okay, I think I could remember. What can I remember? Okay, in that room there were about 6 doctors, 2 male and then 4 female. So I laid down there. I sat down initially. So the doctor was busy playing his music, you know, dancing and all that. The other doctors, like I think she's a pediatrician, I don't know, she was busy arranging my baby, baby section, putting on my baby things and all that. Then they were just doing one thing or the other. Nobody talked to me. I just greeted them and I sat down where they asked me to, So at the time I still feeling so cold. The ACs were on and they were actually much. And now after like about I think 15 minutes or so, I had to talk to I called the attention of the doctor. I was like, hello sir, please. I greeted him. I was like, sir, that I don't know, what are we waiting for? Am I meant to get cold, very cold first, before we start? He said no, that they are waiting for I think the anesthetic injection or something like that, yeah. So they're waiting for the injection. So I'm like, okay. So I still waited for like about 5 minutes before a lady came in with the injection. So she said, ma'am, you have to. So she said, alright guys. So she said I have to, sit. No, I have to hug a pillow, do this, stay in one certain position so that we'll just get started, So she also told me that that she also notes that the injection won't be painful, that it will be given to me on my back and or spine or something like that. So we started. She gave me the injection. She asked me to hug a pillow and all that. I did. She gave me the injection and then asked me to lay down flat, back on my back sharp. There's how they do all those things, so I don't want the video to be too long. So the doctor now stood up almost immediately after the lady gave me the injection. The man stood up, they did a short prayer, that they covered me up with, so I wouldn't be able to see what they are doing and all that. I felt something like a cold substance on my stomach. I think he was cleaning my stomach with medicated spirits or something. I started shouting. I was like, sir, please though, that I can still feel whatever thing you are doing, that I can still feel my legs and all that. Can you just please wait a bit so that the injection will penetrate well before we start the process? He said that he was like that I should raise up my legs, that I should try and raise up my leg first. I tried to raise it up, I couldn't, but then I can move my toes freely. I was like, but see, my toes are moving. I was just scared, like, I don't know. So he was like, madam, I said move up and move your legs up. I said I can't move my legs up, but my toes are free and I'm feeling what you are doing. The lady at the one that gave me injection was like, didn't I tell you that you'll be feeling things? I said yes, you said that, but I didn't feel something while I had my first delivery. She was like, the first one and the second one is not the same thing. Yeah. I said, oh, and meanwhile that first one I did it in a private hospital. So that's how we started though. This man ignored me, and before I could say Jack Robinson, they've already opened my stomach. I felt this sharp pain, I screamed. I was like, so I'm feeling what you are doing. Nobody talked to me. They started, I kind of felt like they were pulling, let's say dragging my stomach, as in to expand it or to open it. Well, I don't know how to say, I don't know the right word to use, but like in my case, I was screaming. No, I told him, sir, I'm feeling what you're doing. I can feel what you're doing. Please, can you just, I don't just know whether he should wait while my stomach is already open or whether he should just continue. So the lady, they ignored me. They didn't even talk to me. They acted as if they were not hearing what I was saying, and then they were speaking Yoruba. I understand Yoruba a bit, and me, I'm Igbo. So sorry, mama, what's wrong, mama? What is it? Look at yourself at the camera. Come on, look, see, mama. Hello, mama. Hello, mama. Hello, mama. Oh. All right, yeah. So sorry. So the doctors was like, mama, what is it, mama? Calm down now. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, so the doctor was like, they ignored me. They kept on doing what they were doing. I didn't know what to do. So then I started, it was more like they were looking for the baby in there. I cannot explain the way I was feeling as that point, but it was more like they were looking for the baby in there, doing a lot of things in my stomach. At the time it became painful. It was like I started feeling pain around my chest area, up there. I started talking to the lady there, the one at my back, like the one close to me. I was like, ma'am, please, you are the one that is here, like the one that is more like that is close to me here. Can you just talk to me? I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I'm feeling. She said, but I told you feel all those things. You feel pull, push, talks, drag, a lot of things. That's please, that I'm disturbing them. That I'm not the first person they attended to today, that they've done 2 already, so I should not give them headache. You know how saucy all those government staffs can be. So at that time I started crying, and she was like, I thought, okay, ma, just talk to me, keep talking to me. She said no, that she just talk to my God, that she keep talking, that she was like, that I should just keep talking to my God. That was at that time, or at that point, I know, you're on your own here, you are not with anybody. I started screaming, Jesus save me, Jesus save me. I kept on screaming, Mother of Perpetual Help, save me. I kept on screaming. I have never been this helpless in my life. Like, I've never been this helpless all my life. I was so helpless. I didn't know what to do. I was crying, I was screaming, it was a whole lot. So at the time, let's just fast forward. It took them time, honestly, because I actually thought that, you know, in cesarean or while having a CS, once they just cut the stomach, baby fall out. I didn't know it takes time for them to even bring out the baby out from there. Okay, so Mama, you okay, Mama? Okay, so they finally brought out my baby, and guys, guess what? She wasn't, as in, I don't want to use the word dead, but she wasn't crying at all. She was not moving. Like, I just saw them brought out something like this. I'm like, what is this? So meanwhile, I was still in so much pain, you know. So they gave my baby to the pediatrician that was there. She was the one cleaning, trying to suction her or something, no, her nose, they were beating her so that she can start crying. They were doing a lot of things. At the time, I just removed my face. Within, as in, you know, I just kept on doing. I will look, I will just remove my face. I will look, I will just remove my face, so that, you know, I was just me. I was also feeling I was in a storm, as in. So what I just did, I just kept on, you know, I would just turn to where we are trying to resuscitate her. I would just remove my face, you know. I was crying and all that. Then I was also in a serious pain. So you know, there were two people attending to me, a male doctor and a female doctor, you know. So they started they were cleaning me up. At the time, the male doctor had to leave me to where my baby was, you know. He was there. Guys, it's a whole lot. So at the time, the male doctor left me and went to where my baby was. It was just I and the female doctor. So they started so he went to probably help the lady there. Okay guys, sorry for the on and off. Yeah, so back to our story. So male doctor left me, you know, to help the pediatrician resuscitate her, while I was just being left with the female doctor. So she was the one cleaning me up and all that. So after a while, my baby now, you know, sneezed and she's still crying. Okay, no, before that, the female doctor asked the male doctor. She was like, "Is there still life?" She was that blunt, and the male doctor told her yes, you know, that's what they're trying to, you know, that's what they're just trying to, you know, get it back, like resuscitate her and all that. So at a point, then my baby started crying. Oh God, I was so happy, I was grateful, I was so thankful to God and all that. So fast forward to that, they brought just me out from the theater while my baby was in there. But meanwhile, all the other women had their babies with them. You know, when they bring you out, they bring you alongside with the baby. I was just the only one that, you know, that didn't come out with my baby. So after a while, they brought her, you know, they just brought her, and the pediatrician told me that, "Ma'am, as you can see, your baby needs what's it called, attention, that I won't be staying with her in my recovery room, that she'll be taken upstairs to the baby center, like I think it's called NIU, something like that. Yeah, I think it's called NIU. You know, baby, you know what I mean, like she needs extra care, that as I can see that she looks pale and all that." I'm like, "Pale?" They said yes, that she looks pale. Meanwhile, I have never had any issue with my PCV. It has always been high, like 38, you know, and all that. So I'm like, it's okay, for the fact that whatever thing you're doing is right. So then they took her to the baby room. I was taken to my recovery room. I had to stay there for like I think 2 days till I was able to move around to go and visit her at the time. So then their eating routine was, I think 3 hours. Like if you feed her by 6, she'll eat again by 9 a.m. If you feed her by 6 a.m., you have to feed again by 9 a.m., by 12 noon, by 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., 12 a.m., 3 a.m. So you just have to be awake, like you just have to be awake, otherwise I don't know. So I kept on going upstairs because it was, I think, their last floor, like the last floor, I think the third floors or fourth floors thereabouts. I kept on going there. I had swollen legs. I think if I see the video, I will start the clip, you know, anywhere so that you see. So I had swollen legs. I was at the time, I nearly fell into depression at the time. But thank God everything was okay. We stayed there for like 7 days before we got discharged. So I'm back here with my princess. So that's my story. I'm saying this to encourage pregnant women. Please, if you're a pregnant woman watching this video, you don't have to neglect certain signs. Like, always speak out, always complain to your doctor. Because when I finally asked the doctor, I was like, okay, what do you think, what happened, why was my baby, you know, born almost flat? What is the case, like what really happened? She said it probably is because of the contraction that I was having. You know, I think I started having that contraction as at 38 weeks up until 40 weeks and all that. So that the baby was already stressed and all that. And meanwhile, see how devil they take work. They asked me to pack my bags and come to the hospital on Sunday. I even had to speak with the doctor. I was like, please, my son will be writing his promotional exam. You know, that was their third term. That my son will be writing his promotional exam on, you know, Monday. That's on the 12th, 13th, 14th. I think they will finish on the 14th. Please, can I come to the hospital on the 15th, being on a Thursday? The lady replied. She was like, you're on your own. I've already asked you, and I'm going to write on your file that you should be admitted on Sunday. If you like, don't come. If you like, come. You're on your own. So I just spoke with my husband. He was like, okay, just try and go. Let him run the whole thing and all that. Okay. So had it been I didn't go that Sunday, what would have happened? Like, had it been I waited till the 15th of July, what would be my case? So please, if you're a pregnant woman, never you neglect your doctor's advice. Follow whatever advice, whatever your doctor says, please adhere to it. And I pray for you, your case won't be like mine. You will deliver freely, peacefully, without any stress, anything and all that. You will have as in a sweet delivery, okay, painless delivery, okay. And then also try to, you know, register in a good hospital, okay. I believe government hospital is quite affordable as well. Always register with in a good hospital, because, you know, then they had oxygen, they had a lot of things to resuscitate her with. Had it been, they have suction machine and all that. Had it been, it was all this you know, quack hospitals, what would have been the case, you know, where there is no oxygen? Because at the time she was fixed on oxygen for like, I think she used oxygen for like 3 days before it was finally taken out from her. So that is my story. Please, this is not to scare anybody. Please, this is not to scare anybody. Honestly, it's just to encourage you. Always listen to your body, always take your doctor's advice, especially as a pregnant woman. And also for those trying to conceive, I pray that God will locate you soon, okay. You will carry your bundle of joy soon. I was in your shoes back then, but now you see I have my baby with me. So your case shall the God that did it for me will do it for you, okay. You will carry your bundle of joy sooner than even expected. So if you've watched up until now, please give me a thumbs up, comment on my video, you know, subscribe to my channel, please, because subscribe to channel. And then remember to turn on your notification bell to get notified anytime I post a video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.